Hi, my name is Tanya Polstra. I really want to share my heart in this blog titled Baby Sign Language. Just to let you know, every time I see the phrase baby sign language, it seems odd to me. There's no such thing as baby sign language. Yes, I know there are many certified hearing teachers of baby sign language, but really, they're just teaching basic words. Like baby, eat, milk, play, and ball. I get it, but it rubs me the wrong way. Real sign language is already deep and thick. It has structure, grammar, body movement, and facial expressions all involved. Sign language is enough. Why would you have to add the word baby? It doesn't make sense to me. I never really understood why it bothered me so much until recently. My daughter is the one who made the connection for me. Some of you know I have 3 children. My oldest son is 4 and he's unilaterally deaf, which means deaf in one ear. My second son is 3 and he's a coda, so he's hearing. And my daughter, is now 8 months old. She's deaf. My youngest is the one who really helped me make the connection. So that day, we had to go to the doctor for her 6-month checkup, just to make sure her height, weight, and development are right on track. It's just your average checkup. Usually, she and I go alone, and my boys will stay home with my husband. But that day, he couldn't change his work schedule, so I decided to take all of them with me. So we get to the office, and of course, my 2 boys are so curious. They asked the doctor a ton of questions. They wanted to play with his stethoscope and listen to his heart and asked all these questions about why he was doing it. He explained it to them. They would role play and pretend that they were the doctor, and it was just really fun to see them use their imagination and learn what doctors do. At the same time, they were trying to be protective of their sister and figure out what he was doing to her. Well, the doctor finished his exam, said everything looked great, and now it was time for shots. I had explained to the boys and told them, just to let you know, Violetta's going to get some shots and she's going to cry for a while, but she'll be all right. And I told them after she's done getting her shots and she's crying, I'll put her in the car seat and we're going to go straight home. I explained everything to them and they accepted it. Sure enough, the nurse came in, gave her a couple of shots. My daughter cried. I put her in her car seat, buckled her in, and we got ready to go. The way that the doctor's office is set up, once you leave the exam room, there's a hallway, and as you're on your way, the nurse's station is right there. It's a wide open concept, and you go down and around and through a series of hallways to get to the exit. So I told my 2 boys, you go ahead and go in front of me, and they already knew where they were going. I pushed Violetta in the stroller, and my boys said bye to all of the nurses. I hurried them to move along because I knew Violetta was crying. I pushed her through the waiting area, and when we reached the hall, I stopped to double check on Violetta and make sure that she was all right. I wanted her to know that everything will be all right. I went around to look at her, and as soon as I saw her face, she was crying and she looked at me. She was waiting for me to make eye contact with her. When I looked into her eyes, I saw her. Her communication to me was milk. She actually signed milk. I knew exactly what she wanted. In that moment, we connected. As you know, when babies cry, it means that something has happened and they want comfort. It could be that they want to be nursed, they want to be rocked, they want to be patted or burped, or anything that works. And moms are experts at comforting their babies. They have that connection. When babies feel connected to mom, they're satisfied. My daughter had the ability to ask for her needs to be met. I want you to comfort me. How did she communicate this? By signing milk. She wasn't asking for milk to quench her thirst or because she was hungry. She communicated, Mom, I want you to comfort me. That's powerful communication. That's a connection. I want you to understand this. First, I was pushing the stroller and looking around the environment. Then I looked specifically at my daughter. She waited for me to look at her. She understood that sign language requires eye contact. I needed to look at her first. My daughter already knew that at barely 6 months old. She knew to wait for me to look at her and to make eye contact. That's real sign language. Second, she communicated milk. That was her way of saying, "Mom, comfort me." That's when I made the connection. That's why the phrase baby sign language bothers me so much. Because really, sign language is deep. And babies can communicate at that depth. They can express their wants and needs, express their innermost feelings, communicate. Baby sign language is really nothing. It's just simple words that have no real connection, no interaction, no relationship. That's when I understood why it really bothers me every time I see that phrase. Sign language is so much more than what they're offering. That's why our organization's goal is to encourage and support parents that sign language is a beautiful thing with depth. We invite you to get involved. We are here to support you, to encourage and listen to you, to work together and figure out how you can be part of your child's life, to communicate with them and have that heart connection.